Hey guys, are you ready for another great Miss Bray Does Makeup tutorial? Um, this one we're going to do old age makeup, but we're going to try to do it with what you might have in your house. So we're going to take, this is what we used, Drama 2 used in class, the professional makeup kit. And this one is, fair. And they look like this, where they have a bunch of colors. It's all cream-based makeup, so you can see it's just kind of creamy. And you blend it for your right facial tones, to do your highlights and all of that. We're not going to use that because my guess is you don't have one of these at your house, although you can buy them online. I actually just bought these off of Amazon. There's tons of different things that you can, so if you are interested in doing special effects makeup or anything like that, you can look on Amazon and see what is available. I've seen bruise makeup on there. I've seen wound stuff, so you can actually do like raised wounds. That's generally wax. So we're going to do that. But today we're going to do old age makeup with what we have on us. And I don't have that much without using the professional stage makeup. So this may not be the best one I've ever done, but we'll see. So one of the things that I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my lovely mirror. It has a mustache on it, just as a great thing. And I'm going to trace the lines. So now, you being a high schooler, you may not have as defined lines as I do, where I can see them in every time I move my face in this camera. It's great. But really, you can just kind of move your face around and you'll see them eventually. And we'll start with the ones around from your nose to your mouth. So I'm going to go ahead and draw those. I'm going to look in the mirror so I can see a little bit better. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to kind of go over those lines a little bit. I can always blend it out if I decide that it's too much in one spot. So it looks a little intense right now and you're like, oh god, that's crazy. As we add it on, it'll look a little bit better. Remember that stage makeup is also supposed to be seen from 30 feet away and not from really close up. So it's never going to look as kind of natural as we might want it to. I'm going to do a little bit of the chin as well. Again, you guys are literally 12 inches away from this right now, from my computer to my face. So we will do that. So the next thing is, this is always the one that I find teenagers can't find, is the wrinkles in your forehead. So if you just kind of push your eyebrows up, your skin is going to wrinkle, and eventually that will be where your wrinkles are. So you can go ahead and just keep your eyes up, and you're just tracing those lines. So again, it's pretty intense right now because all I've used I've used a dark or medium brown brow pencil. I could have used eyeliner, all of that. The next thing is to do the eyes, so you're the crow's feet, they're called. So you can kind of squint up. Sorry, I'm blocking you with the mirror. And just kind of where your eyes are normally, I have pretty squinty eyes, so I get lots of these wrinkles. And depending on how old you want to look, might be how many lines you put in. So you can do a little bit younger and kind of keep them kind of thin and more of a suggestion, or you can kind of do them a little bit thicker. Some of the things that we would do if we were using the professional kit is you would really do highlights and blending to make your skin look a little saggier, a little bit more hollow. So we're going to do that, and of course I didn't grab it. Be right back. Everyone stare at my wall for a second. We're going to accomplish those things. Hello, I'm back in my old face. Using eyeshadow and using a regular contour palette that you might already have in your house. This is when I'm going to take my brush and I'm just going to kind of put a little bit on. You can't quite see it because it's got some glare in my window, but use a smaller brush. So now you can kind of see it happening. A little bit smaller brush. Oop, that's not quite where I wanted it, but that's okay. It'll work. And we can just kind of blend that out a little bit. The idea is we're just getting a little bit of contrast with light. We're going to do that with our eyes as well. So I'm going to go ahead and try this. So for this line, I use the darkest powder in my contour kit. I'm just making this really simple. I'm not blending anything. Taking the lightest color, which is for me is like white people ivory. I'm just going to put it on my chin. And the reason I'm doing that, I'm going to use a little bit of the less. I have actually gone outside in the last few days, so I'm not quite as pale. And you just kind of have to blend that in with your brow pencil. So I'm actually going to add a little more depth here, just so it doesn't stop quite so abruptly. I'm just going to blend that in. I'm going to blend in here. Once again, this is, you know, the YouTube tutorial you may not deserve, but the one that you get. You can find, sorry, I'm just trying to balance this out. You can find professionals doing these tutorials, and they are, oh, great, I used a different color brow pencil. And they're a little bit less all over the place. And probably aren't putting powder in their nose to make themselves sneeze. So right now I'm just kind of giving my nose a little bit of, making it seem a little bit thinner, a little pointier. I don't know if that's really coming out on the camera there. That's kind of what we're going for. And so you just kind of take with the powder, you can just kind of take it and kind of help yourself do your highlights. So we're going to do some dark under the eyes to give us a little bit more of a sunken in feel. And then we're going to take some of the lighter color and kind of put it on the cheekbone. This is like, if you watch the Bruce tutorial, this is all about playing with, let me block the sun for a second so you guys can see the kind of the difference between the eyes. It's all about playing with shadows to create an illusion. And that's the cool thing I think about makeup, is that it's very artistic, and it's something that, you know, you guys know I don't wear makeup to work. I don't wear makeup actually ever. The only time I really wear makeup is when someone forces me to, or they're like, let me do your makeup, or for a show. And so those are the kind of the two times that I wear makeup. But as I've gotten more into doing like this kind of stuff, like special effects makeup, I've really realized like how much of an art form it is, and how much like you really need to practice and be good at it, and I am very much not. And part of that is because I didn't spend a lot of time of like my growing up where, you know, you're okay with your makeup not looking great, like you're experimenting, you're trying things, and it just isn't kind of what you know yet. Oh, I know what I missed. I missed these. My furrow. I'm like, why do I look so young still in the eyes? I didn't take a lot of that time when I was young to like go to school and my eyeliner was all messed up and you just sort of get better and better and better at it. I didn't have that. So I highly encourage you guys to play with it. Because it is a really actually cool art form, you know, and there are competitions and whatnot, and it's like, if you want to get into, of course this is like the worst makeup job I've ever done. If you want to get into, see if you pull back a little bit, it's a little more realistic, it's a little dark. But there are all sorts of things that you can kind of attempt to do and try to get better at. And it's just really hard to do that if you're not willing to look silly. Like, look silly on camera right now. I could have practiced this a couple more times before I made this video for you guys, but I think part of what I want to express to you guys is that like, this is part of the process. Part of the process is trying it different ways, trying it multiple times, and not necessarily liking every single thing that you do, because it is what it is. It's practice. I'm going to show you guys using the face paint makeup. Something that I found that looks really cool with kind of this, actually, I'm sorry, I'm going to break into the professional makeup because I want to show you guys the thing about a lip. But like I was saying, one of the things I want you guys to get out of this is that it's okay to try and look silly. And it's okay to talk to yourself in your computer and make YouTube videos about it. Like, all of those things are perfectly 100% okay. And I'm trying to remember what order this goes in. And basically what I'm going to do with the lip is you flatten your lips so there aren't wrinkles. It's going to be really hard to talk while I do it. And I'm just taking one of the colors and I'm mixing them a little bit to give it a little bit of color. Maybe use the mirror, that helps. Oh, too much brown. And when you flatten out your lip, what you're doing is you're making sure the whole lip is covered, so that when you go do the second part of this, which is to do it while your lips are kind of wrinkly, you kind of have two different shades. You kind of have the stuff that's on top of the wrinkles and the stuff that's underneath. And I think that's one of the things I've really picked up is that two-tone lip thing is really a pretty cool part of doing makeup like this, but also doing beauty makeups, doing I've done, you know, like played with like the idea of doing like what if you were doing Little Mermaid, like what the fish would wear as makeup, all of that. And I can do one of those posts as well. They're kind of fun. They're bright colors, crazy. But so again, it's like a flat, you make them as flat as possible. And then you take a different color. This case I'm going to go a little bit lighter. Although, you know, I honestly haven't done this in a while. I don't really remember what. And you're going to basically make your lips as tight as possible, like, so they get wrinkly. And you just rush it on. I'm going to do this other lip as my computer tells me it's dying. I don't really feel like going down while in half makeup. And I'm gonna just put it on both lips. Now you can see when I open my lips, like I would normally talk, now it kind of looks like they're a little bit cracked, a little bit more old, a little more weathered. And that's just because of the two tones there. So I'm going to go ahead and stop. If you guys want to do more with old age makeup, I highly recommend you look it up online, Beyond Me. There are parts where you use this sponge, there are ones where you use just sponges, and some of them where you use the bigger brushes. But it's kind of the basic old age makeup, which you can maybe try at home. So that is makeup tutorial number 2. Don't forget to subscribe or leave me a comment down below. See, such a YouTuber. But really, guys, tell me what you want to see, because I am also sitting in my house looking for things to do. So let me know what you think. All right. Bye, guys.